Alrighty, hi guys. So welcome to this week's video lesson. So what I thought we would do today is to learn how to deconstruct a prompt. Now, you're probably wondering what that means, and what deconstructing means is literally to take apart. Okay, so when we're taking apart a prompt, you're learning what it's really asking you to do, especially when big testing comes up or anything like that. Sometimes the writing prompts can be really confusing, and sometimes in your homework your writing prompts can be really confusing and you kind of miss what you're supposed to be writing about. So I'm going to teach you a couple different steps to deconstruct a prompt so that you understand 100% what is required of you for your writing. Also, we won't be having a lesson next week because it is, kind of like the fall Thanksgiving break and we have a week off. So that's exciting. And I hope you guys all have a good break and a nice week to kind of recoup or get caught back up on work. I will not be checking my emails or doing anything like that. I'm taking that week for my family. So just keep that in mind. So with that, here's deconstructing a prompt. Okay, so deconstruct the prompt, find the meat or the real meat of it all and raft it out. So first we have deconstruct an essay prompt. How to find out what exactly you need to write, the subject, the topic, the format, what you have to do. Okay, so step 1. You're going to look for the question and or directions, and you're going to circle them. You are literally going to circle them. Okay, so anytime it's asking you a direct question or a direction, you're going to simply circle it. Step 2. You're going to cross out all the distractors, or really everything else. If it isn't a question or direction, it is considered fluff. Now, especially when big state testing comes like this, or ACT or SATs, they're going to put a lot of fluff in their writing prompts because they want to decipher who can know how to write and who doesn't really know how to write well or master it really. So it's important with step 2 to cross out all the fluff. Step 3. Look for the you and or your. Excuse me, I'm having a little bit of a brain fart. If it is there, you can use I. Now for me, in my English brain, when you're writing essays, you never use I, you, or your. Okay? You just don't. You avoid it at all costs. Using you, your, or I in an essay is like the plague. However, if it says you or your, you can use I because you know specifically it's asking for your opinion. Okay? The word you indicates that it most likely can be told from a first-person perspective. It may be a narrative, telling a story. Your opinion means you can use I, but it doesn't mean you should. Like I said, using I, you, or your is like the black plague. If it is specifically saying what is your stance on this, you can use I. However, if it is kind of asking you for your opinion, I would advise to avoid it at all costs. Okay, but if it's saying what is your opinion about something, try to avoid it. But if you can't, it's okay as long as it says you, your, or I in the prompt. Okay? Step 4. Underline keywords and phrases. Any hints at format, what you are responsible for, or the subject or topic. So this could vary from person to person. Mary might underline something, and then Joe over here might not because he doesn't think it's important. Now this is when it gets kind of on an individual level. It's what you think are the keywords or the phrases. Okay? You should use some of these keywords in your thesis statement. Why? Because it's going to keep you on track for what you should be writing about. Okay? So using those keywords right from an essay is going to tell somebody, you know, hey, I know what I'm talking about and I know exactly what you're asking from me. It's just like when you go in for a job interview. On your resume, you should have some of the keywords that they put in the job description. Why? Because it's showing that you can match that and you know exactly what they're looking for in a candidate. And hey, look, that's me. I'm the candidate. Same thing with writing and prompts. Use the keywords that are used in the same prompt in your thesis statement and in your essay, and it's going to show that you know what you're talking about. Step 5. Raft or rafts it out. Okay, now you're probably wondering, what is Raft? This is an acronym. Each letter is a reminder of a step to deconstruct the prompt so you know what kind of essay to write and what you should be writing about. Okay, R stands for responsibility. What is your job / responsibility in this paper? Are you explaining something? Do you have to convince the reader of something? Are there things to describe? Do you analyze a poem? Do you write a letter? Okay. Now, A in Raft stands for audience. Normally, the audience is always the grader, or Mrs. Peterson. But does the prompt mention anybody else? Okay, you need to think about that because then you're going to write your paper geared towards that person. Normally, it's me, the grader, unless it says something else, like write a letter to the editor. Then who's your audience? The editor. Okay, so think of that and look for that in the prompt. Okay, it will always tell you who the audience is if it's somebody else specific besides the grader. If it doesn't, when in doubt, the grader. Okay? Okay, F stands for format. What type of essay do you write? Is it persuasive? Is it a narrative? Is it a compare-contrast? Is it a cause and effect? Is it an expository writing? Is it a critical or literary analysis? Okay, knowing that is crucial because when you raft it out and you have it on your paper, because you are all writing this down on a paper, you're deconstructing the prompt, you're going to put a little raft off to the side if you're writing it down in state testing, or you're going to type it out when you're in for class. Okay, it's important to know what you're writing about because it's going to keep you on track and know 100% you're going to know 100% what you're looking for. Okay, T stands for topic or subject. What you write about. What is this essay supposed to be about? What will your main idea be? Okay? You need to know this because this is just getting what I call straight to the point. What is it? What are you writing about? What's the main idea? Okay? And rafting this out is really just going to help you understand what you're supposed to be writing about and make your writing easy because this is almost like pre-writing or almost in a way brainstorming a little bit, so it's going to help you. So final steps. Brainstorm main points you will discuss in your essay. Use those ideas and the keywords from the prompt to write your thesis statement. Thesis equals context plus connector plus three-pronged opinion. We talked about that a little bit in another video. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, write about that. Or we can also do another video on thesis statements. Let me know. Okay, and then this is just an example of what thesis statement is. 3 prongs, so 3 different parts of it, which I think is the easiest thesis essay to write about. It also just really helps your paper and makes your paper really easy peasy. Okay, and now this is when you would also go straight into TA Pape C. Obviously, because that's how you should be writing. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you an example on how to wrap this out. Okay, so I'm going to find a random prompt. Let me find it because I want to kind of make this real fresh. Trying to find a really good one for you. I found an example of an ACT prompt. Let me see if I can't find an ISAT too. Because ACT is kind of almost a little bit away from you guys, maybe for some of you. Here is a good one. This one is better. Okay. So, let me just pull this up for you guys. I need to put my outputs out here so I can screen capture this for you. I'm going to make the font a little bit bigger just so that you guys can see it. And I'm also going to make sure that it is double-spaced. Okay. So the prompt is, the mayor of your city is trying to decide if a 7 p.m. curfew for those under the age of 16 is needed. What do you think? Think about the advantages and disadvantages of the curfew. Do you agree or disagree with this plan? Okay, our first step is to look for the questions and directions, and you're gonna circle them. Okay, so we are gonna circle. Let me remember how to get a little circling. So we're gonna look straight for the question. Look, what do you think? That's a direct question. Okay, great. So we've circled that. Now it says to think about the disadvantages or disadvantages to do, and do you agree or disagree with this plan? Great. Boom. Another question. Might have to do a little bit of a two-parter here. Since we're doing it online. Okay, so we have circled the direct questions. We know exactly what this is asking for us. This is asking us really, what do you think? And do you agree or disagree with this plan? Okay, pretty simple. Step 2, cross out the distractors. If it isn't a question or directions, it is considered fluff. So we are going to cross it out. Now, this question is kind of meaty and it's kind of short, so there isn't a whole lot of fluff, but I would cross out the think about the is needed. Is trying. Okay, and now sometimes in different prompts, and I'll show you another example of this, it will have a little bit more fluff to it. But you just cross out the distractors, everything that's pretty much not important. Okay, now that moves for step 3. Look for the you or your. Is it there? If you so can, you can say I. Oh, look, there's a your. Right there. There's a you. What do you think? And do you agree or disagree? So what does that mean? You can use you or I in this essay prompt. Okay, step 4 is to underline keywords or phrases. What do you think is going to be important? So if it were me, I think a 7 p.m. curfew is crucial. I think advantages and disadvantages is crucial. The mayor of your city, I think, is crucial because that's also going to say who you're writing it to. And I really think, do you agree or disagree? So I'd underline agree or disagree because that's going to be important to what's kind of going on. Okay, step 5 is to raft it out. So what I would do is physically come down on my paper or my scratch paper or my Word document or my Google Docs document, and I'm literally going to write raft. Now, R stands for responsibility. Okay, so what is my responsibility here? Am I trying to explain something? Am I trying to convince a reader of something? So what's my responsibility? I need, now this is where your opinion's going to come in. I need to tell the mayor why or why not a 7 p.m. curfew is needed or not needed. Okay? So I need to tell the mayor why or why not a 7 p.m. curfew is needed or not needed. That's my responsibility. Now, A, who is the audience? Normally it'd be the grader, but right here it tells you it's the mayor. So my audience is the mayor. Now, F stands for format. What type of essay am I going to write? Well, here are some keywords for you that would tell you why. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? This is going to tell me that this is a persuasive. As you can probably see right here, sometimes I'm not the greatest with spelling, so I apologize. It is a persuasive essay. I am trying to convince my mayor why a 7 p.m. curfew is needed or not needed. Okay, and T, when it gets down to topic, this is where your opinion's going to come in on this. Do you think a curfew is needed or not needed? So, I do not think a 7 p.m. curfew is needed for students under the age of 16. Now, this isn't necessarily my opinion. I'm just throwing out something when this is exactly what my topic is about. Okay? And this just short and sweet, simple, but this is my topic. This is exactly what I'm going to write about. I do not think a 7 p.m. curfew is needed for students under the 18. Okay, and this is exactly what my responsibility is as I'm telling the mayor whether a 7 p.m. curfew is needed or not needed. My audience is the mayor. I'm writing it in a persuasive essay, and this is exactly what my topic is going to be. I've come up here, I've even underlined some keywords or phrases. I've circled the exact questions, and I've crossed out all the fluff. So as you can probably see, this looks pretty pretty murdered right there. Okay, and this is what it should look like. It should be messy, okay? Let's see if we can't do another one for you. We're looking for ISET writing examples, right? Okay, so here is another one. Just going to start a whole new page. And this is the last one I will do. And I encourage you guys to practice this because I think it's important. I already know that later on I'm going to raft it out, so I'm just going to write raft right here. Okay, so my prompt. Due to potential problems, many school systems have adopted a policy that bans cell phones and pagers on school grounds. However, some parents have provided these items out of concern for safety. Do you agree or disagree that cell phones and pagers should be banned on school grounds? Okay, step one, I am looking for the questions or directions. Okay. So I'm going to look straight up right here for the questions or directions. So this whole sentence right down here is a question. So what am I going to do? I'm going to circle it because that is my first step. Sorry, and I apologize. It would probably be quicker if I was writing this out for you guys, but we are virtual, so here we go. Okay, I've circled my question. Okay, now it says cross out all the distractors, everything that is fluff. Guess what? This all right here, due to the potential problems, many school systems have adopted a policy that bans cell phones and pagers on school grounds. However, some parents have provided these items out of concern for safety. Guess what? That's all fluff. You don't need it. You really don't. Because the main question is right here. Do you agree or disagree that cell phones and pagers should be banned on school grounds? Granted, pagers don't apply to you, but still the same. Step 3, we're going to look for the you or your. Do you agree or disagree? So what can you use in this one? You. Okay, now you're going to underline keywords and phrases here because that is step 4. So I'm obviously going to underline agree or disagree because that's what they're asking me to do. I'm going to underline cell phones and pagers because that's kind of the topic. I'm going to underline banned and school grounds because those are important. It's telling us exactly what the issue is and where the issue is. And even right here, you could even argue parents have provided these items out of concern for safety. Some of you may not want to strike that out. Some of you may want to. That's up to you. Okay? I would even argue that you can cross out some of it and concern for safety because that could be an issue that you could argue with in your paper. We're not going to get into that because we're not writing an essay right now. But I'll underline that just for the heck of it, for argument's sake, because again, this is all dependent. What do you think? What do you think is important? This is just deconstructing the prompt and breaking it down for you. Underlining those keywords and phrases is going to be very personal. Okay, step 5. We're going to raft it out. Okay, so we all know that R stands for responsibility. What is my responsibility in this? What am I trying to do? I am going to argue that cell phones and pagers should or should not be banned on school grounds. That is my job. That's exactly my responsibility. That's what I'm supposed to do. Who is my audience? Reading this prompt, it doesn't really say, so I'm going to put the grader. That's me. If you're writing for class, if you're writing for ISATs, it would be the ISAT grader, so just put the grader. But I'm going to put a little smiley face next to my name because I can. Okay, what's my format? Okay, what is it? What am I supposed to do? What am I going to do? Is it a narrative? Is it compare contrast? No, it is another persuasive essay. Great, so now what's my topic? What is my topic? What do you agree? Now what did I do up here? I did not think. So I'm going to just, for the heck of it, it's not necessarily my opinion, I'm going to put, I do agree that cell phones and pagers should be banned on school grounds. Again, this is not just my opinion, this is just an example of what a topic or subject is. This is going to be my main idea. This is very blanketed. It doesn't have to be super specific. Again, this is not a thesis statement. This is just, you know, getting you ready to write that and making it easier. But this is your main topic. I do agree that cell phones and pagers should be banned on school grounds. Now look, you've deconstructed a prompt. We've deconstructed a prompt together. It's making it not so scary, and it's hopefully going to help you learn how to write better so you can TAPC all the time in class, and as well as when you do state testing, because I promise you if you use that, it'll help you. But deconstructing this prompt is going to help you not only in this class, but any other class where you have a writing prompt or with state testing, especially because a lot of those state testing is like a lot of fluff and it's kind of scary, and sometimes questions with writing prompts get really confusing. So this deconstructing it is going to break it down for you. So step one, what are you going to do? You're going to circle. Circle the questions or direction. Step two, you're going to cross out all of the distractors. Step three, you're going to look for the you or your to see if you can use you, your, or I in your essay. Step four is you're going to underline any keywords or phrases. Step five is you're going to raft it out. Responsibility, audience, format, topic. Okay? And then your final steps is you're going to brainstorm for any ideas to discuss in your paper. This would be a great idea. Like with those prompts that I showed you, and it says, what are the advantages or disadvantages? You could even put like, okay, I'll make an even pro-con list. These are my advantages. These are my disadvantages. These are the pros of having stuff on school grounds. This is the cons of having cell phones and pagers on school grounds, okay? And then you're going to use those keywords that are in the prompt to help you write your thesis statement. And this is where you do your thesis statement, and then you're going to do TAPC because it's going to help you, and it all ties together all beautifully for writing, okay? So if you have any questions, please let me know. Email me, call me, or anything like that. This Thursday I'm not going to be available for you, but if you need me, I will be ready for you on Friday, 1:15 to 2:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The keyword this week is turkey, because I thought that was festive. So keyword is turkey. So please use deconstructing a prompt to really help you. Keyword is turkey. I will not be available next week for you guys because it is break, and I'm going to be spending time with my family. Again, keyword turkey. Don't forget to deconstruct your prompts because I promise you it will help you. I hope you guys have a great break. Again, I will be, if you need me, I won't be available on Thursday. I will be available on Friday, 1:15 to 2:15 p.m. Okay, all right. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.